they were reacting to Sapphire Snarl because we had to do it because we did know for like Sapphire's like some scary ones. But I don't know if we're gonna watch more Snarl. I don't know yet. I think it's gonna be the last. I think it's gonna be the last video of it. I don't know yet. But this we just like this little Sapphire. But they got another person called Makia because Makia makes these ghost stories. So this one we react to is Ghost Story. The Beware of the Crash of London. It's the first ghost story of Sapphires. So if you don't know what La Llorona is, La Llorona is the weeping woman, a spirit. But let's just watch the video.
A long time ago, in a rural village in Mexico, lived a young woman named Maria. She came from an impoverished family, but was known throughout the village for her beauty. One day, a wealthy nobleman was riding through the village and stopped in his tracks. He had traveled all over the world, but had never seen anyone quite like Maria. He knew he had to win her over. Maria was easily charmed by this smooth-talking man and accepted his immediate proposal of marriage. Maria's family was thrilled that she'd be marrying such a wealthy man, but the nobleman's arrogant father would not be so excited about this arrangement. So the nobleman built Maria a house in the village where they could be together without his father's knowledge. She eventually gave birth to 2 twin boys. The nobleman traveled a lot and left Maria in the house with the boys most of the time. At first, he brought many gifts back from his trips and was a devoted husband. But every time he left and came back, he grew colder and more distant to Maria, to the point where he would only give the boys his attention. He began to suspect that he was falling out of love with her, since she was getting older and was not as beautiful as she used to be. Years later, her husband stopped returning home. Maria was devastated. She really did love him. Rumors began to spread around the village, and Maria's reputation was tainted. What a whore. Even more years had passed. Maria was walking with her children along the river when a familiar horse-drawn carriage pulled up beside them. It was her ex-husband, but sitting next to him was a beautiful young woman wearing very expensive clothing. The nobleman greeted the children and made it very obvious that he was intentionally ignoring Maria. It was clear to her now why he had left. He had found a younger, wealthier woman, one that his father would be proud of. They rode away, leaving Maria in complete shock. How could he disrespect her like that? She was angry and humiliated and brokenhearted all at once. Without thinking, she hurled her young boys into the raging water. It wasn't until she saw their floating bodies downriver that she realized what she had done. Distraught, she threw herself in hopes that she could be reunited with them in the afterlife. However, that was not the case. Maria had committed the ultimate sins, murder and suicide. So now, she is forced to roam the earth between the physical and spiritual worlds, forever searching in vain for her children. She is called La Llorona, the Weeping Woman. To this day, people claim to see her by the river at night. When you hear her cries, take it as a warning and run. If she approaches you, she will bring you bad luck and misfortune. Children must be extra careful. She might confuse you for one of her own. And when she realizes that you are not her son, she will throw you into the river. beware the cries of La Llorona. Thank you for listening to my tale. Please like and share this video.
I don't want to get done by the river, huh? I don't want to. I don't want to get. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. For sure. I don't know. I can't do that to her. I don't want to do that to her. I don't like that. I don't like the end of this jump right here. I don't want to get that. I don't want to get that. Okay, I'm trying to find the ghost stories. So, this one is Ghost Guide. Beware the third Dura Halloween story. This one's scary, but it is a Ghost Guide.
Halo Top. Put yourself on top.
Many centuries ago, there was a woman who lived in the town of Waterford, Ireland. Her lips, red like a rose. Her hair, yellow as a sunflower. Her eyes, green like a four-leaf clover. She wasn't just beautiful on the outside. She had a kind and gentle soul to match. And while she could get anyone she desired, there was only one man that she wanted. A humble peasant boy who lived nearby. And while she didn't care about money or status, it was all that her father and family could. Her marrying a man of less status than her would be unacceptable. So her father forced her to marry the incredibly wealthy and much older clan chieftain. He kept her locked in a room in a tower so that he could keep her all to himself. He only entered to feed her and bleed her. He liked to press his knife against her smooth white skin, slowly pressing harder and harder until drops of crimson poured out. She hated it, and she hated him. The only thing that kept her going was the thought of the peasant boy. He had told her that he would come and save her, and so she waited and waited and waited, but he never came. So she started hiding the meals that her husband gave her, and over time, her rose-red lips faded to gray, her sunflower hair wilted to the ground, her clover-green eyes lost their look. There was an old Irish practice of placing stones on the graves of the recently deceased so that they would not rise again. And for whatever reason, on the night of her burial, the townspeople did not cover her coffin. Some say it's because they felt guilty for not doing anything to save her from her wicked husband, and they felt it would just shame her even more. They remembered her as the kind, forgiving woman she was. Unfortunately, that's not the same woman who rose from the grave. She was now the Darig Dua, the red blood sucker.
She's a vampire.
While you sleep, she will sing her siren song, and in your vulnerable state of mind, you will be lured out of bed, into the cemetery, and to her grave. That's when she will steal your blood, just as her husband had stolen hers so many times. The only way to prevent her from rising every night is to place stones upon her grave before the sun sets. But sometimes, the locals forget. Beware the thirst of the Dua. Thank you for listening to my tale. Like and share this video to warn others.
Why? If the Dark Duel is something different, how is she still here? She was coming after someone who was there. But how is she still after us? So, I don't know why she's doing it. So let's see where it's, oh yeah. So, okay, this video we're gonna react to Snarled is watch out for Creepy Sprits Urban Legend Storytime. It is something scary too because they put something scary because they always really want to do that. So I know all of them are not gonna be in the same in the same order, so let's just watch this video then.
During the Japanese Heian period, around 1,000 years ago, a samurai was married to a beautiful woman. She was the object of everyone's affection, and she knew it. She would walk around town and ask those who stared, "Am I pretty?" The samurai was not happy with the attention she was eliciting, and when he discovered she was being unfaithful, he wanted her to pay. One day, armed with a knife, he attacked her. He pressed the blade into her cheek and slit her mouth ear to ear, leaving her with a bloody, twisted grin.
Who will think you're beautiful now?
Soon after, she died and returned to Earth as an angry spirit named Kuchisake Onna, the slit-mouthed woman. In the late 1970s, a countrywide panic broke out after numerous people claimed to have encountered Kuchisake Onna. More police officers were assigned to night duty. Students were required to walk home in pairs after school. People took extra precautions to avoid this vengeful spirit, because any encounter would be deadly. If you are walking alone, she will appear around a corner, wearing a trench coat and a surgical mask. In Japan, her attire would not seem out of the ordinary, since it was common for people to wear such masks to prevent the spread of germs. You will assume she is just an ordinary woman. Then, she will approach you and ask, "Am I pretty?" If you say, "No," she will pull out her long pair of scissors and kill you on the spot. And if you say, "Yes," she will bring her face closer and peel back her mask to reveal her disfigured mouth. "Am I pretty now?" No matter how you respond afterwards, your fate will remain the same. However, a few school children discovered a way to trick Kuchisake Onna. When she asks her question, responding with an ambiguous so-so would confuse her long enough for you to make your escape. Do you dare to try your luck? Beware the wrath of Kuchisake Onna. Thank you for listening.
Kuchisake She's at religious 12, so Kuchisake the slit woman. So the slit woman is like a person who really understands because her husband did it to her. Like that's a thing now. So that's like a thing. So I don't know. That's gonna be good. So let's watch Ghost Guide, The Whistling Man, El Sabon, Story time, since scary. No, let's watch. This is like the Whistling Man, so I don't know what the Whistling Man is. Let's just watch it.
What's going on here?
Many years ago, in Los Llanos, Venezuela, there was a young boy who lived with his mother, father, and grandfather. His parents couldn't say no to him, so in turn, the boy became incredibly spoiled.
Oh.
He would scream and throw a fit until he got what he wanted. One day, the boy and his father were walking in the forest. The boy said he was hungry and wanted to eat the entrails of a deer. Desperate to please him, his father went deeper into the forest to hunt one down. But after hours of searching, he returned to his son empty-handed. Furious and starving, the boy took his father's hunting knife and plunged it into his chest again and again. He ripped open his father's abdomen and pulled out his innards. The boy returned home and threw the entrails on the kitchen counter in front of his mother. "Cook this," he demanded. His mother was suspicious. "Where did you get these?" she asked, hesitantly. "I got them from father," he casually replied. "And where did your father get them?" "He grew them in his belly." The boy's grandfather overheard and decided it was time his grandson learned a lesson. He tied him to a tree and whipped his back until it was raw and bloody. He rubbed lemon juice and hot peppers in his wounds to make them stink. He put the father's remains in a sack and threw it on the boy's wounded back. The boy ran into the forest, but was unable to outrun his grandfather's dogs, who devoured him in seconds. "You should not have done that to your father. I curse you. You will be damned for all eternity."
Wow.
His grandfather's curse had turned him into El Silbón, the Whistling Man. He is doomed to forever roam the plains, carrying his sack of bones on his tender back, while whistling his chilling tune. Each night, he enters a different home and counts his collection. If you hear him counting, you won't be harmed. But if he goes unnoticed by the time the sun rises, then someone will die, and he will add their bones to his collection. Hopefully, you're not a deep sleeper.
I'm not a deep sleeper.
Beware the tune of El Silbón. Thank you for listening to my tale.
El Silbón, the Whistling Man. Huh. So, you will hear him counting. If you won't hear him, if you're a deep sleeper. Well, I go in deep sleep, but I always go deep sleep because I would never hear anything. So, if you're not a deep sleeper, I never a deep sleeper. This is when I sleep more tightly, I would. That was just too much. For, okay. This video of this ghost guy is Ghost Guy, the flying head that eats flesh. How many stories? Story time? Let's watch it. I'm gonna pause it for a minute. Just wait for a minute. Okay. Ghost Guy.
Centuries ago, the Angkor Empire had lost a battle to the Siamese army. As part of the agreement, the Khmer princess Tarawadi was to be wed to a powerful Siamese nobleman. But, like in most tales such as these, she was in love with another man, a young soldier who fought in the war. One night, the nobleman caught the princess and the soldier. Infuriated, he sentenced the princess to death by burning. Afraid for her life, the princess went to a sorceress and asked her for magic to help her survive the flames. The sorceress gave her a potion to drink that would protect her body from damage. Before being tied to the stake, the princess drank the enchanted elixir. Confident in the witch's potion, she did not put up a fight. However, the potion needed much more time to take full effect. The princess screamed in pain and terror as she watched her body become nothing more than a head with pendulous intestines. Princess Tarawadi was now doomed to spend eternity as the Krasu, the floating head. She is cursed with an endless hunger, one that can only be satiated by raw flesh. She flies around after dark, on the hunt for her next meal. She feeds on cattle and chickens, but her favorite meal is the placenta.
The placenta?
And so she searches for the homes of pregnant women in labor, hoping to suck the life from within the womb with her long tongue. You can protect yourself from the Krasu by placing thorny branches or spiked fences around your home. The Krasu will be too scared to pass, afraid she might get stuck. But she'll find another way.
She'll find another way.
Beware the hunger of the Krasu.
The Krasu? No way. Krasu is... No way. I've only had Krasu. Are you serious? The Krasu is not even a match for a spiky thing because he could get stuck. Man, you can get stuck for... I just want you to get stuck forever. Okay, let's see if we can find another ghost guide. Because I've seen a lot of ghost guide things though. Well, let me pause it. I gotta see if Leon is a ghost story. Okay, I think I found one. We're going to react. This video we're going to react is Ghost Guide. There's no escaping the White Death. Scary story time. So this is scary novel. So we're going to watch it. The last one I want to check out is Ghost Guide. There's no escaping White Death. So let's watch it. Maybe pause 1 minute because I have to.
There once was a young girl who hated life.
Wow.
So much so that she wanted to rid the earth of every trace of her. One night, when her family was out of the house, she burned all of her possessions. And then, she removed herself from this world.
Why?
One by one, as each of her family members learned of her death, they too met their own ends. The officers who responded to the scene that night also met the same fate. Everyone who ever knew of the girl's existence was found mysteriously murdered. For you see, she was so determined to completely erase her memory that she returned to Earth as the White Death. A vengeful spirit hell-bent on eliminating anyone who ever knew her. You won't know she's following you until you hear her to your door. She knocks once for your skin, which she'll use to patch her own decaying flesh. Twice for your hair, which she'll gnash between her teeth. 3 times for your bones, which she'll fashion into clubs. 4 times for your heart, which she'll rip out of your chest. 5 times for your teeth, which she'll polish and keep in a box. 6 times for your eyes, which she'll pluck out one by one. and 7 times for your soul.
Oh.
With every life she takes, her spirit grows angrier.
No. Not 7 times for everything is 4. It's like very requirements. That's what's going on.
For she knows that her mission can never be completed. Her memory lives on in the stories we share. Stories like this one. Wait. Did you hear that? Beware the knock of the White Death. Thank you for listening to my tale.
The White Death. Ooh, the White Death. I did not know the White Death was a real thing, but there's no way to do with the White Death. I think this is gonna be the last video of Snarled, because I don't want to watch the whole movie though. I don't want to watch Snarled again, because this is gonna be the last video of Snarled, because I can't do any of them, because there are a lot of Sapphire stories she could tell. But I want to do Ghost Guy and her Something Scary. I did Something Scary from that, but I'm going to end your video right here. Join the Keybase Squad. Love you. Bye-bye.